Well, for more on this, let's speak to Geoff Pearson from the University of Manchester in the United Kingdom. He's an expert on policing football events. Geoff, good to speak to you today on TRT World. So, look, there's been blame here for the French authorities. Where do you think the blame lies? Surely the fans have to take responsibility for acting in this way.
Well, obviously the fans that have been involved in throwing bottles in the English fans and involved in the organised violent attacks in terms of the Russian fans, of course they are culpable. However, these should be manageable groups. The French authorities have a responsibility to protect ordinary fans that are travelling to this tournament, as well as the local population of these cities. And they've just failed to do so. They completely lost control for around 12 hours in Marseille on Saturday. And frankly, the strategies that are being employed and the tactics which they are using simply are either out of date or just ineffective.
Absolutely. Well, you mentioned strategy and tactic, Geoff, but how do you stop 300 drunk fans from scrapping on streets around the city?
Well, there aren't 300 drunk fans scrapping on the streets in the city. There are around 30 Russian ultras supported by another 70, which probably wouldn't get involved if they didn't. The amount of England fans that were involved before police started indiscriminately tear gassing and baton charging were around a dozen. That's 12. It was only after the police intervention escalated the disorder that more fans became involved. And the answer to how do you deal with this? Well, you deal with it in the way that the Germans dealt with this risk at the World Cup in 2006, and the Portuguese dealt with this risk at the European Championships in 2004, and how the British police deal with this week in, week out in the UK. There are crowd management strategies that mean that the police can isolate hooligans and can arrest hooligans and stop this kind of mass disorder from occurring.
Absolutely, and scheduling by UEFA has been blamed as well a little bit, hasn't it, Geoff, especially for the upcoming England-Wales and Russia's next game in cities that are quite close together?
Yes, I mean, I have a little bit more sympathy for UEFA here, because I don't think anybody really expected the threat by the Russian ultras to be at the extent that it was. I didn't really think they expected that many to be involved and to be that organised. Of course, the problem that you have is that Lille doesn't have the facilities to host a major football match in a tournament. So the English and the Welsh fans are going to be in Lille. They won't be in Lens except for the match. And the Lille fan zone is bigger than the one in Lens. That is where England fans and Welsh fans without tickets have been told to go to. And of course, on the Wednesday, Russia's game finishes at 5 o'clock their local time. There is then the entire evening for that Russian group, if it's not been identified and taken out of the picture, for them to attack English fans or to attack Welsh fans. And unfortunately, Lille on Wednesday night, to me, looks now exceptionally high risk for violence.
Absolutely. Well, you have mentioned this group of Russian ultras. Obviously, football hooliganism in Russia is a growing and very dangerous threat. What do you think police and authorities need to do to try and stop these people from fighting again in these upcoming matches? Before these upcoming matches?
Well, they have to identify them first of all. There are, I believe, a Russian police delegation that has travelled to France, and they should be able to identify who these individuals are, and they should be able to stop them from doing what they're doing. And there is very good video footage of offences which have been committed by a lot of these individuals, which is enough to have them taken into custody by the French police. Unfortunately, the French police on Saturday were simply outthought and outmanoeuvred by them. They were operationally ineffective, and there were very few French officers that appeared willing or able to deal with this group. And as far as I could see, there were hardly any, if any, arrests of this group.
OK, well, Geoff Pearson from Manchester University. Let's leave it there, but thanks. Really interesting insight. Thank you.